My brain just stopped and restarted, and my default right now is like, hey, do you want to talk about more Elden Ring?
I mean, there's I'm no there's a level of newness, but no matter what I'm hearing, I always know there will be unique and more for me to see. So that's
There's
all
too
fine.
much. So you're gonna be going stabby, casty, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I guess yes. The answer to your question is absolutely, and to not get into, I suppose, anything, whatever. Who cares? My plan for my build is to, like I said, recreate the enchanted soldier to some degree,
Yeah.
mainly because what I've seen of the casty stabby is I want, of course, a nice big strong strength weapon that's going to be
Yeah.
fun to swing, but I also want the glint blade shit because everything I've seen with glint
Cool.
blade has been awesome,
It's
and
cool.
I can tell that there is, besides the summon swords that shoot out, there's the one that stabs forward, and then there's the one that kind of
Oh,
swings.
dude, there's a bunch. I found like 10 different variations of that.
So this is the question: is like, what kind of numbers am I building for? And obviously, if I got mind restrictions on some of those summons, I want my fucking mind to be able to handle it.
If you want like uh uh uh, any stat advice, I would say like only level up the int to use the shit you can use
Yeah,
that you have,
yeah,
and you absolutely want to put some points into endurance and vigor because like, dude, shit does so much fucking damage. It's crazy.
okay. I was
Big damage everywhere.
I was basically gonna follow my rule of like dumping into strength and then, yeah, spell requirements come up, I'll go intelligence. But now with the thought of duration on mind, like or like the summons, I wasn't even considering that aspect as well. But I also don't know what type of like regular ass weapon requirements, not much less like what it's gonna be
You'll
like.
just have to go by whatever you find.
Mm-hmm.
There is a respec.
Mm-hmm.
The respec is pretty deep in. I have not found it. I know where it is, but I haven't found it.
Have you found any like twin blades?
Yeah.
How are those?
I don't know.
Okay. Not built for it?
Nah.
Okay.
But there's actually a twin blade like really close to the beginning, but I had to be told where it was because I couldn't figure out how to get through the fucking door.
Because I'm wondering if you just power stance twin blades, can you just Darth Maul? You know?
Probably.
I imagine so. What about the... So there was a spell that was shown off in the... one of the footage things of like Enchanted Knight just doing a straight up fucking Kamehameha.
Yeah, that spells in Dark Souls 3 too. I haven't found it, but like the like weapons and armor and gear and spells are kind of thematic to their location to a degree.
Oh, okay.
So like the second area is the one with the Magic Academy, and you go there and there's lots of blue crystals everywhere and you find way more spells there.
Yeah, okay. Well, fuck then. Well, now I'm like...
Maybe you should just skip ahead.
Maybe I should hunt for the zones that are going to give me what I want. Yeah. No, I'm expecting to come across, like, some fucking awesome strength weapon that'll just be the thing that I feel like using. And I just don't know what it is yet, you know? I have no, like...
I found a fucking glint blade great sword yesterday. It's
the
weapon
spell.
art. No, the weapon.
Oh.
The weapon art is you hold it up and it gets 3 times as big with like an energy sword, and you do a huge vertical slice.
Yeah. Okay, that's yes. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for summon swords. I want a summon sword built in every meaning of the word. You know, big close ones, far ones, skinny ones, tall ones.
And a friend of mine was telling me that she found a fucking int magic katana that its special ability is like a judgment cut. Not even joking. I'm not even joking.
Of course it is. So then,
Or no, she didn't say judgment cut. She said dimensional slash.
Dimension slash. Okay. Okay. So what is the requirement on the glint blade you found then?
Oh, I don't know. Int. I don't even look at the int shit.
You don't even try out what you can do with the because you
None
can
of the cool shit works because I don't have the stats for it.
You can just see, but you can see the basic moveset, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Huh. What about like replacing, like for example, the staff I have has no secondary on it, right?
Yeah, none of them do.
And like the shield, I assume you can replace and put some shit in there, right? Replace your parry with whatever. Like, can you take a parry and put it on a great shield?
No.
Okay. So that things like parry are not going to be transferable. They're just dedicated to the smaller shield.
It's transferable, just not on a great shield.
Okay, it'll just be classification.
It has to be medium or lower.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Because I'm just like the crossover of like these abilities and where they can go and what you can do is like I'm like and not only that, but like it always defaults to your left hand, and unless you two-hand your thing or put your shield away, right? Then it's gonna become the right hand ability. Because I noticed, like, I had parry up.
You have to have a skill on the shield called no skill, and then the weapon art will do it.
Can you do that anytime, or you have to get that?
You have to go get it. You have to buy it from a merchant.
Oh fuck! And then it passes through to the right hand weapon.
So I have a shield right now that has no skill. So whenever I use my weapon, the L2, the weapon art goes through.
To sacrifice a parry for that. Yeah, no, that's probably worth it if the ability is great. Because I definitely want the ability to do stomp, for example, but without two-handing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
In the animation, though, like, he does a two-handed swing, so does it matter at that point what the animation is, whether it's tied to a two-hand or not? No, I imagine not.
You'll two-hand it for the animation.
Or if you put it away, it'll... Yeah, okay. What about talismans? Like, it's rings replaced as a single slot?
They are rings. Yeah, they're just rings.
And because you can only wear one...
One to start. I beat a boss, and it gave me a second slot. Okay.
So there's ways, but not...
Yeah, and in the network test, you had up to 4.
Is it just progression then? Just raw progression based, you know?
Also, same thing with memory slots. There's no stat that does it. You find an item that gives you another spell slot.
I heard about that. Yeah. Well, I prefer that to wasting stats.
100%.
I'd rather not,
especially since they're not hard to get.
Yeah, no, I'd rather go acquire these things than, fucking attunement or whatever. So that's good. I just hope it's not like the fourth one is at the 80% mark and there's no getting around it type of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I guess what has your build been, and then what have you switched from and to?
I've been running I've ran a spear, I've ran a claymore, and I started with my regular broadsword, and they've all been faith. I've been throwing lightning bolts, I've been throwing fireballs, I've been using dragon abilities.
Ground claw.
So I've been mostly faith with just enough to equip my equipment.
Okay. Did you find the ground claw thing?
Yeah, I did. I didn't pick it. So when you get a dragon heart to trade for a dragon ability, it gives you 3 to choose from. One's the dragon breath, one's the claw, and the other's the dragon bite. And you need a heart for each. So I picked the flame, and I have yet to get a second dragon heart.
And then the other thing I guess is does the move set on Torrent change completely if you switch to a spear instead of a sword?
No, it's pretty much the same.
Okay.
There's some minor differences, but it's pretty much the same.
Because I'm just like, should you have should you have a mounted weapon in your inventory?
No, I tried 3, 4, 5, 6 different weapons on the horse, and it was like they all had the side swing 3 times, and then the big one.
I mean, to be fair to FromSoft, that would be an insane amount of work to, like, you know, create a whole new set of, like, mounted moves as well, depending on things besides the broad class of the weapon. Okay, so, but it's basically just, like, bow and arrow or, like, the stabs.
Yeah, you can also spellcast on the horse.
Oh, shit!
But you have to put your talisman in your right hand.
Spellcast
Whatever's in your
while
right
moving.
hand becomes the weapon for the horse.
So, like, what happens if you do, like, an AoE thing? Does it just move with you, or is it just in the
Fuck
spot?
if I know. I've only used, like, lightning bolt. And
Like,
it's good. It's good on a horse.
that would
You
be
swap
interesting.
hands on the horse? How the fuck do you do that? You
Huh.
serious?
Swap weapons on horseback to left hand.
Get the
Okay.
fuck out of here.
Damn, that's cool.
Hell yeah.
Because, yeah, I guess I'm just imagining, like certain bosses on horseback with, like, the ability to just fly out of, like, you know,
Danger,
attack range
yeah.
or whatever. Exactly, would just, like, completely change everything. And stamina is not the same consideration at all at that point.
No. Instead, it's how many jumps do I have left?
Well, 1 or 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. No iframes anywhere, though, right?
Only getting on and off the horse. So, yeah.
Getting hit.
Oh. I have a tip for Torrent, but it's not about fighting things. Because so Torrent's double jump is omnidirectional, so you can use it to get directly above or directly below yourself by jumping and then doing a 180 to the area above or below you.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Like a Mario backwards jump. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Since every time you resummon Torrent after taking a hit, it uses a flask.
Yeah,
Is it both types of flask or only life?
I believe it's only the life one, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so blue is not going to get you another.
I don't think so, but again, not sure.
Okay, how many sips do you have at this point?
9.
That's not as many as I expected.
I have 9, and I have what's called a Flask of Wondrous Physic, which has unique effects.
I did see a note about that. Yeah. Okay. So a completely different thing, and it uses one of the same slots as well.
Yeah, yeah. You just it's an extra one, so you can have it. So the Flask of Wondrous Physic can, like, increase your stats or put a regen on or make your stamina regen faster, and the effects last for, like, multiple minutes. So, like, it's a buff.
Regen.
Yeah. So one of the things one of the more interesting things is there's one of the effects that you can get that it lets you take 1 hit for free.
1 sip, 1 hit. First hit's free. Okay.
Yeah.
Certain bosses that would have a.
And you only get to drink the flask once.
Oh, you can't put more slots towards that.
It's
okay.
1.
Okay.
So for example, like, what I would do is I would have one that makes my faith go up, and I would have one that makes my stamina regen go up, and I would sip it before a boss, like right before a boss, like, it'd be the first thing I did, and then for like 2 minutes, I would have that buff up.
Now, couldn't you just craft a consumable to give you that instead? And
I don't think so.
Give yourself more sips, because, like, stamina regen has
think
been a consumable thing in previous Souls, you know. So, like,
I haven't found that. If I have,
okay.
but like, maybe, but the flask is infinite. It just, you can only use it once.
So you have to choose from a pool of multiple types of flasks then.
Yeah, and you also get
Okay.
you can get more effects for it. Like, there are bosses out there that you kill them and you get, like, here's 2 different effects that you can add to your Flask of Wondrous Physic.
I mean, by making it tied to your flask, it it allows you to use it more often instead of, you know, like
Oh yeah.
fucking burning through a consumable. So that deals with any goblins there. That's pretty good. Um,
I like it. It's a cool one.
yeah. Like when I hear shit like that, it's kind of, my brain kind of goes like, "Oh, yo, just beeline for it and you'll enjoy the ride so much more." But then it's like, "Yeah, but what am I beelining past? What am I beelining
Oh,
towards?"
don't
You know?
beeline to
No,
anything.
no, no.
No,
I don't like that.
here's how you play
I
Elden
don't like
Ring.
that.
Hey, what the fuck is that?
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm gonna go look at it.
It'll make me happy when I get it, but if I never get it, I'll be very sad. You know, like, so yeah, that's gonna be a tough balance, I suppose. Um, and the other thing too is the what was it? Arcane affects your drop rate or discovery rates rather.
Yeah, it's luck.
Yeah.
It should
Okay.
just be called luck.
I noticed my first run through, I found fucking nothing on the people I was killing.
Yep.
Second time, I found armor and boots and fucking
Yeah, drop rates are just bad, so that you just gotta luck it the
wildly
second
different.
time.
Yeah,
Yep.
I have multiple things to pick from second time around, and it's just like,
The shield that I'm using is called a brass shield. I found it really late on one of my streams, and then Paige got it like literally the first time she killed the guy that drops it, and it's a great shield that I've been using the whole time since I got it. It's just the way it works.
Is it 100 damage reduction?
It sure is.
Yeah, okay. Because I saw that one of the starting classes does have a like actual
Confessor. It's one of the reasons I picked it.
Okay, you got a real shield right away. Yeah.
Confessor and the first one, I think it's Vanguard or something like that. They both start with 100% damage reduction shields.
You can probably. I mean, there's got to be a merchant somewhere, though, right? Like you can fucking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Eventually. Yeah.
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 Okay.
All right. We should do emails because
Yeah.
we're just gonna keep gabbing about Elden Ring next
No,
week.
I know, and basically it's. I mean, it's less discussion and more just fucking Q&A, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. If you've got a letter, you can send it over to castlesuperbeastmail@gmail.com. That's castlesuperbeastmail@gmail.com. Here's one coming in from Argrajo. Says, hello, Wooly and Pat. With the release of Elden Ring, I was prepared for yet another round of Soulsborne difficulty discourse on social media. Luckily, it seems this time it has been much quieter. No, it hasn't.
Depends who you follow.
Whether it's because the discussion has been done to death or the community is tired of it, or because the general public is aware that what this type of game is, I'm glad that my Twitter feed isn't riddled by people either complaining about difficulty or dunking on people complaining about difficulty.
I don't mean to be rude, but you're wrong. You're just straight up wrong, sir.
It's still there. It's the same as it was at the start of Sekiro. It's the same as the start
as it ever was.
DS3, DS2. You know, yeah. It's absolutely a constant, and it's happening right now.
It's really wild to me seeing other people in our line of work, other content creators, who had not taken a look at the Soul series ever in the past, go, well, Elden Ring's the big game and everybody's talking about it. I should really start streaming it. And just seeing the wheat fucking sifted from the chaff on that, and just seeing just how mad otherwise professionals get at this game being bullshit.
Scrub Quotes is working overtime.
It's good.
They're putting in their fucking hours. I'll tell you what.
I love it.
I mean, here's the thing though. Like, I saw the one about like the quest log stuff, and like I have to imagine that if you again have never touched any of these games, but you're coming from something like a Skyrim, you're just going to expect and assume that's going to be here.
Oh, the quest log shit is actually like not being able to pause the game actually sucks. That's still the case, right? I used online the least ever. It does suck that you can't pause the game.
Yeah, yeah. But it's also it's part of the difficulty mythology though too at this point.
Yeah.
It's not just online synchronization. It's like you can't take a breather,
Yeah, the other thing is that the quest log thing is like, haha, fuckers. But at the same time, the game weirdly does occasionally give you what is the equivalent to a quest log. There was an NPC that did actually mark something on my map, which I could not believe.
Wow.
It's the only one. It's the only thing I found so far where somebody marked something on my map. But, like, they do try. Like, there's a character that I spoke to, and they literally said, yeah, go talk to so-and-so. And I was like, oh, I just went back and talked to such and such, and then I was able to continue the quest line.
Well, here's I guess the question. If someone asks you for grapes, and 50 hours later you find grapes, will anything, like, you're just gonna have to remember that someone asked you for grapes?
Luckily, most of the grapes are nearby that character.
And also where that character is sitting.
Yeah, well, that's why, here's the most important tip. When you find an NPC, put a little person marker on your map so that you know that there's a person there.
Can you, besides just putting, like, waypoints down, you can put down permanent reminder things?
Yes.
Okay.
There's like 10 symbols. One's a diamond, one's a fort, one's a banner, one's a person, one's a donkey, etc.
And is there a limit to how many you can put down?
100.
Okay.
That's plenty.
Okay.
It's plenty, trust me.
Because that's the thought is, damn, somebody wanted these, but I forgot who they were and where they are,
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the other bit where it's like, I picked them up and I didn't even notice I picked them up because I was running through the bushes from a giant thing that was trying to kill me, but I was grabbing
shit. You saw
shit.
items, so you just started mashing.
I started mashing as I was running, and oh no, I got grapes. Yeah.
No, these grapes are different. You'll know.
Okay. Fair enough. Because, yeah, you better bet your ass I'm fucking grabbing shit. Okay, you know what fucking sucks? Here's what sucks, though. I do not like the glowing skulls. I hate those.
What about them?
I hate that you fucking have to use physics to attack them. Because...
No, you don't.
Well, so here's the problem. I'm using an S-Dock, which is stabbing forward.
No, you don't. You don't have to do that.
What do you...
Run them over with your horse.
I didn't have the horse yet.
Well, then go get the horse, bro.
Like, now I got the horse.
Well, now you got the horse, and you'll be like, oh, cool, a skull, and you'll pedestrian it and mash the button.
So, session 1, I ran into, like, 5 or 6 of them, and it was before I got Torrent, and I was trying, and I'm like, I can swing, but both of my stabs go right up in the air, so, like, there was no clean way.
Aim it, bro.
Yeah, so, I mean... when you, especially if you're anyway, like, you can get it, but because it's physics based and I had no straight up downswing, there was a couple of moments where there's one in particular where I stab at it like 3 times and it just goes flying in the distance. I'm like, fuck this physics shit. Just fucking,
that's great. Just roll on it, bro.
Can you roll on it?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, that's fine. If that's confirmed. Oh, the person's question was actually something to the effect of, are there any fandom discourses that you're glad that people have gotten bored of? But this one is not.
They never.
It doesn't actually go away.
It never goes away. Never.
Every time this game genre comes up, this will be discussed. Every time Pokemon comes up, it'll be, has Game Freak, like, made it a modern game yet? Every time a fighting game comes up, we're going to talk about rollback, and we're going to talk about...
Every time a sports game comes up, they're going to talk about, is it actually different from last year's? No, it's not.
It doesn't actually go away.
Every time Doctor Who comes up, it's going to be a discussion between Doctor Who fans and the people who want to lock them in jail forever, where they should belong.
The Whovians, you mean?
Yes, the Whovians.
And then, 20 years later, Ray or Asuka.
whenever Disney comes up,
yeah,
you try to figure out who among you is a Disney adult, to walk away from them without breaking eye contact so they can't see you.
You mean you're not excited to live a storybook life?
No, I'm living a storybook life right now, and it sucks. Could use a little more interesting times.
Move
Did
to
I say
Disney.
more? I meant less. I meant less.
Move to Disney. Yeah, no, these discussions don't go away. They literally intensify and prop back up every single time because the public discourse is never going to be tired when there's an ever influx of new people that have never had that discussion. So, yeah.